There we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. How's it going? So thanks everybody for coming on. And just so you know, I can't see the chat all the time. I basically have to go back and forth and check it. I'm looking at it right now, though. So Justin Gracer, yeah, no problem. I got a lot of help from other people here in the chat already with the sound check. So, and thanks to everybody for helping out with that. Excuse me, I just had to burp. Cool Dude Banana. Okay, it looks like we're back until I started the stream again. Okay, well, I'm just going to start. Hopefully it stays pretty stable here. So, yeah, I'm going to record it too, just in case I have a problem and it doesn't work. And then I can just do it later. So let's go ahead and start recording. Okay, let's get started. All right, made it through it. I think it stopped lagging there. That was called Cutless Supreme off of my album Driving Songs, which you can download anywhere, or not download, stream anywhere. You can download it at Bandcamp if you want. You can also stream it, and all of these songs on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, wherever you do it. And yeah, so anyway, thanks for the follow, Jeff123782 on Twitch. And feel free to post in the chat. I will see these in between songs. Sorry. I know this mic picks up my breath quite a bit and breathing. But anyway, I'll shut up. Let's move to the next one. Here we go. And thank you, Cool Dude Banana. And thanks, Phoenix Nate, Justin Gracer, Alan Fruitcake. Here we go. This next song is called Non-Madal off of the Pan Demos. Sorry, I forgot to turn my mic back on. Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot for being here and checking out this stream. This is a lot of fun. That song was called Non-Madal. It's off of my Pan Demos EP that I recorded last year around this time, actually. So, yeah, all the stuff that I'm playing today is either off the Pan Demos, Can You Draw Me, or Driving Songs. Those were basically the three that I did this past year up until the album after that, which had vocals on it. But I'm not throwing any vocals today. It's all instrumental stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching and hanging out. Let's check out the stream. And Fred Fred Gaunt at Twitch. Thanks for checking it out on Twitch. And thanks, Cool Dude Banana and Amuriel Usopp. Thank you so much, guys. Vampire Logic. How you guys doing, everybody? Thanks so much for coming on. It really means a lot. And thankfully, the bandwidth came back. Like, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to start, and it came back. So that's really good. Hopefully it stays that way. And I'm just going to try not to push my luck, and I'm going to go right to the next song. So here we go. This one is what we are playing now. A song called Airboat, also off of the Pan Demos. So here we go. Catch my breath a second before I talk. Yeah, that was Airboat off of the Pan Demos. Just check the chat real quick. And Fred Gaunt, hey, thanks for watching on Twitch. Mine went blank. And thanks, Alan Fruitcake, everybody. All right, I'm going to continue on. Let's keep going. Hey, Jokinen. Let's go to the next one. So next up, we have Ether off of Can You Draw Me? So here we go. This is a fun one to play. They're all fun, but this one's really fun. And yeah, that was Ether off of my album Can You Draw Me, which you could stream anywhere. All the streaming services. Can You Draw Me is the name of the album, and that was Ether. And let's see, Alan Fruitcake. That hi-hat is not. Wait, let me see if I missed some. Go back up. And Cool Dude Banana says, fans cause you can't do real live shows. I must have missed something earlier on there. The hi-hat seems to be a Roland PD7 pad. It's a PD9. Actually, I originally had a PD7 on here, but I switched it over to a PD9. I had both already, so I figured the PD9 would be better, and it is. I mean, it's pretty much the same. It just gives you a little more playing surface on it. And what's really nice about that is I don't have to have a hi-hat stand. I just have it mounted right to my cymbal stand right there in front of me, so I have a lot of space here for my hi-hat pedal and my second kick drum pedal without having to worry about another stand or anything like that. And also, just less stuff. So that's always good. And then Phoenix Nate says it's hard to play with you on this one. This song is great. Thank you. I got this blasting at my desk during work, says Jokinen. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much. And Fred Gaunt on Twitch says applause. And she uses Vaseline, talking about Flaming Lips. And because he said one of the songs earlier sounded kind of like Flaming Lips. That's cool. Yeah, I love that song. I love the old Flaming Lips stuff. Really awesome stuff. And all right, I'm going to go move forward here. Black Star Rising Music says cool. Thank you so much, man. Justin Gracer, thanks again. And let's move to the next one. Next one is going to be a song called I Have Drawn You. And this one's probably one of my creepier tunes. Also a lot of fun to play on the drums. And this one is also off of Can You Draw Me? I Have Drawn You. Here we go. Yeah, that was I Have Drawn You off of my album Can You Draw Me? And once again, stream all this music on Apple Music, Spotify, etc. And yeah, I broke a stick. That's actually the first time I've ever broken a stick playing electronic drums. Because usually, I just don't hit as hard or, they're rubber. But this one, though, actually does do a little more stick damage because there's no, hold on, let me make sure I get this set right here. There's no rubber, like protector thingies on the hoops. I just left them off because I didn't really need to be quiet here. But yeah, at least I broke it in a spot where it didn't mess me up. And plus I got to throw it right at the camera. So I'm sure that looked pretty cool. Let's see. Fred Gaunt says, Gaunt, bravo. Thank you so much, on over there at Twitch. And let's see. Phoenix Nate says, why are all of your songs so good? Oh, wait, let me go back. Oh, Justin Gracer, yes. You say this one sounds like it was influenced by all the 80s horror movies you watch. Absolutely, man. Like, I love all the soundtrack and all those 80s horror films. Like, they have, like, such cool synth sounds and, like, just, I love it. So, yeah, that's definitely an influence on me. And that song, definitely, for sure, you can hear it. And good picking up on that, for sure. Cool Dude Banana says, this is Baby Yoda, Justin's biggest fan. And Alan Fruitcake laughed at that. Joseph Earl, any latency issues with Ableton? Well, no, actually. I did a lot to get this stream working really, as good as you can see. Hopefully everything's in sync. I think it should be. I did all the tests yesterday. But I had I'm using a MacBook Pro 2015 model. It's kind of old, but it has an i5 and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Buffer is set at 128, so that gives me good enough latency to use EZDrummer live in like a live situation. So everything is literally coming out of Ableton Live that you're hearing, including the drum sounds, which is, it's EZDrummer 2, but everything's being piped through Ableton Live and going over to another computer, which is over there, that's got OBS on it, and it's streaming out to you guys. So pretty cool. I'm definitely going to do a video of this whole setup. It took a while. Now, latency with the audio and video is another thing altogether. Like, you have to do all kinds of weird, like, latency compensation things to make all the cameras sync up if you're doing something like this. So, yeah. That's something I'll have to talk about in the video. It was quite a bit complicated. But let me go ahead and move on to the next song, and then I'll look at the chat when I get back. Let's see. What's next? Funk Junk. Okay, this is another one this one, I almost didn't play it because I have a tendency to screw this one up. So hopefully I don't today. But it's a hard one. This one's hard. Okay, so this is called Funk Junk. It's off the Pan Demos. And here we go. Well, I made it through it. Yeah. I've been practicing a lot. It's partly why I'm totally exhausted today in doing this, but yeah, it was good. Thanks, everybody. Let me read some of these comments. Again, Alan Fruitcake says, poor stick went flying. And I think I missed some up there. And Cool Dude Banana, RIP Stick, you were a good drummer. And Fred Gaunt on Twitch says, wonderfully disorientating. Disorientating. I can't talk. Disorientating, right. And Alan Fruitcake, Macs are best for low latency. Yeah, they seem to be, really. PCs, you can get good low latency on a PC, like my desktop PC at home. I can get really low latency on that one, but it's like insanely powerful. But I can get it even lower than the MacBook. I can get it like the buffer size at like 16 or something on that. Like, it's crazy how low it can go. Christopher Wilson, nice to see your progression. The last video I watched from you was where you were building the riser board from the Elise's Nitro Mesh. You sound great. You sound great, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely, my whole electronic drum setup has expanded and changed and grown, and I have a lot of fun with them. They're really cool. Oh, Justin Gracer, thank you so much, man. Thank you. And oh, I missed this. Phoenix Nate says, why are your songs so good? Well, I appreciate that. I hope they are. I record some that aren't so great. I just don't release those. Joseph Earl, nice. Cool Dude Banana, yes. Alan Fruitcake, applause. And thanks, everybody, for all the applause and all the support here. This is really great. Joseph Earl, quick question, though. What are you using sound absorbers for if you're using electronic drums? Well, I don't always have electronic drums in here. Sometimes I use acoustics as well. And also, it's partly for the neighbors, too. Thankfully, there's nobody here today, but I have drummers on each side of this room, so it can get really, really loud in here. And actually, the sound absorption kind of helps a little bit even for that. But I do use acoustics in here, too. So anyway, let's go ahead to the next one here. Oh, Nigel Thomas, please can you have Solway Firth Justin? What is that? Solway? Okay, I'm going to go to the next one, which is, how many more we have left? Geez, there's a lot. Well, not a lot, but several. Quite a bit. Thanks for sticking around, everybody, and checking this out. Okay, let's get through these because there's quite a few more to go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more songs. I made a pretty long set list, didn't I? All right, let's go ahead. This song is called Swamp Hog, another one off of the Pan Demos. So here we go. right, that was Swamp Hog off the Pan Demos, and that's a fun little song. Kind of a happy little romp. Let's check out the comments. And hey, thanks for the follow, Dead Wolves Official on what am I looking at? Twitch. And Alan Fruitcake, I love the space in those fills. Thank you. Cool Dude Banana says spectacular. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the love, man. You guys are amazing. And I really, really appreciate it. It's really awesome. All right, let's move forward. Have quite a few more songs to go. So let's go ahead to the next one. The next one is, oh, this is another spooky one called No Disc off of Can You Draw Me? And there's a lot of that 80s horror type stuff on Can You Draw Me? So here we go. No Disc. That was No Disc off of Can You Draw Me, available on Apple Music, Spotify, and all the streaming services. And let's take a look at the chat. Fred Gaunt says, very jolly on Twitch, and thanks so much. And oh, some double kick. Yep, absolutely. Got double kick going on here. I had a lot of trouble getting this kick drum to trigger accurately, and thankfully I got it all figured out yesterday. So got it all fixed up, and it's working pretty good. And let's see. Oh, Nigel Thomas says Soulwave Firth is a Slipknot song. Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't really listened to very much Slipknot, honestly. But Jay Weinberg's an awesome drummer, though. Let's see. No Disc. I love this one. Says Cool Dude Banana. Thank you. And thanks so much. Really cool sound design in these. Thanks, Justin. Not your typical synth sounds. Those sounds in that song and in I Have Drawn You, a lot of those synth sounds are coming from the Emulator 1 plugin, which is an EMU emulator, which I love the sound of that thing. It's like an 8-bit, like vintage synth, digital synth, sampler synth, and it just sounds really, really awesome. And I love all the sounds that it makes. And yeah, that's where I'm getting a lot of those sounds from. It's a really cool sounding synth. And Phoenix Nate, how do I come up with all the drum patterns? I don't know, really. I mean, I just, I first come up with the music. I like a lot of things in odd time signatures, and that one was in 7/4. And actually, the really interesting one was I Have Drawn You. That one's in 11/8, which is a really fun time and challenging time signature to play in. But I think that inspires a lot of what I come up with. Is just I tend to like to play in odd time signatures, and I try to come up with sparse, like, interesting things to do within those time signatures. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't know. I just play around with stuff until I come up with something I like. And I think part of it is just I've been playing drums for so long, and I get bored with the same typical sounding things. So I try to just step outside of the box a little bit and do stuff that I think is, different than what you would normally hear. And Fred Gaunt says, wonderful rhythms. Thank you so much. And then an emulator of an emulator. Does it run on Wine? I don't know, actually. It might. You could try it. It's part of the UVI synth collection. UVI is like, I love all their stuff. I get a lot of stuff from UVI. And like there's this it's like one synth player, and like you load all the different sounds into it. So yeah. Cool Dude Banana says, I have to go now. That's okay. That's okay. Thanks for coming by. I know it's probably late there where you are, and but I hope you enjoyed it. And come back and watch the restream later after it uploads to YouTube. And Nigel Thomas, please play Taurus. I am going to play Taurus, actually. Alan Fruitcake asked if I'm going to play Castle. No, I'm not going to do that one. It's kind of an older one, so I was trying to stick to more current stuff for this stream. And Fred Gaunt says, just kidding. What with Wine being an emulator at all? Oh, gotcha. It went right over my head. Whew. Okay, let's continue on here. Sorry if I missed any of the comments. I'll try to get back to him in the next one. But yeah, let's go ahead and move to the next song here. And actually, next one on the list is Taurus. So here we go. This one's tiring to play. Very driving. Actually, all the last 3 songs here are very driving. 2 of them are off of driving songs, but one of them's off of Can You Draw Me, and they're all really like driving, straightforward songs. And anyway, I'll shut up. Let's play. Taurus off of Driving Songs. Once again, everything is available on all the streaming services. And let me catch my breath. Nigel Thomas says, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Probably demonic sweating by now, says the mechanical. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. It's not, it actually got a lot colder today, so that made it a little less sweat inducing in the room. And you literally, I can't understand. I can't go back and figure out what these comments are talking about. Too hard to figure out and make my brain work and play at the same time. But I'll come back to those because we only have 2 more to go. And then I'll spend a little more time talking to you guys. So here we go. Next one is Saber. Saber. Also off of Driving Songs. So here we go. Oh, the drummer next to me just showed up, but that's okay. You won't be able to hear him. Saber, here we go. Okay, that was the Saber. I don't know if you guys caught it in the beginning of that song. Right before it started, for a second, I thought it was a different song. But I was like, I'll just listen to the click and I'll do it right. And that's what I did, and somehow managed to not screw up in the beginning there. But right when I almost came in, or right when I came in, I almost played a totally different song, but caught it at the last second. Anyway, let's take a look at the comments. And Fred Gaunt says on Twitch, says, do you enjoy Dave Brubeck's work? Yeah, actually I do. He says, just kidding, but yeah. Justin Gracer, metal. Yeah, it was. And Nigel Thomas, a double bass at the end was pristine. Thank you. I'm not the greatest at double bass, but sometimes I can pull things off. Rock solid, says Justin, thanks. Excellent. I love that you embrace multiple styles. Thank you. Yeah, I do. I mean, I love music. You know, I love a whole bunch of different types of music, so I work that in what I do. And Phoenix Knight says, hey, Justin, can you give us a blast beat? I'm not that great at those, but let's see. How about this? I don't even know if I haven't tried one in like 10 years, but let's see. Something like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really, to me, like, that's just not fun, playing drums like that. I don't know. It's just seeing how fast you can go. I mean, it's cool. I enjoy watching it, but it's not fun to play for me. So it's like all this work for something that's just, you know, no dynamics and just a lot of hitting. Anyway, let's go to the next and last song, everybody. And this is once again off of my album, Can You Draw Me, which came out fairly recently, December of 2020. And you can stream it and all of this music on all the streaming services worldwide, wherever you are. Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, YouTube. It's everywhere. And this last song is called I Scream Pirate. So here we go. It's another rocker. All right, everybody. That was Ice Cream Pirate off of my album Can You Draw Me, which you can stream on all the streaming services. And once again, thanks for hanging out and checking out this live stream. This was a lot of fun. A lot of preparation, but very much worth it. Am I still going? Yeah, good. No drops. It was amazing. After the beginning there, we had a rough start, but it all came together. So I'm really happy for that. I'm very grateful for everybody for coming on and checking out the stream and all the contributions made. And now let's get to some of these comments. Sorry if I'm breathing very hard. I just burned a lot of calories, but that's good. I brought a Snickers with me. Let's see. Justin Gracer says, freaking slamming. And thank you. Phoenix Nate, hey Justin. Oh, I already read those. Alan Fruitcake, I find blast beats hard too. And Cole says hello. Hello, Cole. Or hi, actually. Hi, Cole. And Alan Fruitcake, I can't sync my hands with my feet. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Mechanical says, I'm an old school drummer, so blasting is tough. I agree with Demonic Sweaters. Blast beats would simply be for exercise, not actual music. Yeah, I can't really listen to that like when it's happening like all the time. It's like, it just drives me crazy. It reminds me of when I worked at Guitar Center and like I worked in the drum department and like people would come in and just go ape poopy on the drums for like hours and hours and hours at a time. And it drives you insane. And that's kind of what like those kind of beats just make me think of. And Justin Gracer says, production sounds incredible, man. You are a tremendous artist and totally deserve your own spotlight. Thank you, man. That really means so much. Outstanding performance and hell of a fun show. Thank you so much, man. You too, man. Everybody should check out Mr. Justin Gracer over there, being all humble. The dude is a serious talent, so you should definitely check out his music. There's there's a release on Anthill Recordings and his own Bandcamp as well. But Justin's amazing. Been friends for a long time, since way back in the 90s in Miami. Mechanical says, great drumming, Demonic Sweaters. I got here late, but love what I heard you play. Thank you so much. Phoenix Nate, I agree. I've learned single pedal and regular playing the first year. In a few months I've started. I want to get them down just to be able to do them. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually, I played drums for like, let's see, when did I buy my first double bass drum pedal? I bought in 2008. And I started playing drums in 1986. So that should give you some clue as to how old I am, which is like insanely freaking old. But yeah, I played single bass for a long, long time. And I still play single bass sometimes. Like, actually, one of the reasons why, it's kind of funny, like one of the reasons why I built this kit in here and turned it to electronic. Well, one, I wanted to do it. But also one of the factors that helped me decide that instead of continuing to play acoustic is I wanted to use double kick in here because I only had a single kick on my acoustic set, but my hi-hat stand isn't one of those ones that can allow for a double bass drum pedal. And plus, the way I set up my double bass drum pedal is really weird. It's not like I keep my bass drum on the left bass drum pedal on the outside of the hi-hat rather than the inside. But anyway, so basically I set this up so I didn't have to use a hi-hat stand so I could fit the double pedal in there. That was like kind of one of the main determining factors of why I wanted to convert this whole thing to electronic. But I also, I'm really glad I did. I wanted to do a project like specifically for EZDrummer, and it really has exceeded my expectations. I think it sounds amazing. Like the quality of the drum sounds are just incredible. And what you heard there was a custom kit that I'd created. Oh, I forgot to read. Fred Gaunt over on Twitch said that there was a lot going on there. Yeah, thanks. What was I saying? No. About EZDrummer. I created my own custom kit in EZDrummer to using a lot of the default sounds, but I also purchased one of their add-ons. I think it's Modern Metal. And the reason why I wanted that is so I could get chinas and splashes and effect symbols, because the built-in like sounds you get with EZDrummer doesn't really have any of those. And I pretty much need a China cymbal for a lot of my music. And I just love the sound of Chinas. Chinas are a trash crash or something like that. They sound very similar, so I can use them in the same kind of way. So I have the China sound there on the top zone of this lemon. And then on the edge, I've got a 20-inch crash, I think. Then I forget what it is. Then over here is another crash. This is just single zone here. And then I'm using my vintage Visualite dual zone ride. Because EZDrummer, well, maybe you can get an edge zone for the ride, but I didn't really care that much. I would rather have had this use two zones over here so I could have my China over here. And this is just what I had. And it happened to work out that way. I don't really care if I have 3 zones on the ride that much. I mean, it's nice. I like having it at home. But I can deal without it. And Nigel Thomas asks, yo, bro, who's your favorite drummer? Please tell me. I love Jay Weinberg. I said before, he's on my profile picture. That's such a tough question. I mean, I love so many drummers. Favorite drummer? Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to really pick one. I mean, there's so many that I love. And there's drummers who are really good at one certain thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know. I can't really answer the question. I mean, he's great. Jay Weinberg's great. I can't think of anybody right now because my mind is like, when you get put on the spot like that, you go completely blank. Let me think. I don't know. I don't want to say all that. Everybody says the same people over and over again. You always hear like, oh, Steve or Neil Peart and Stuart Copeland and Alex Van Halen and I love all those guys. Yes, but there's a lot of, well, Damon Che of Don Caballero, amazing drummer. If you're not familiar, one of the most underrated drummers of all time. Absolutely, he's just a complete monster on the drums. And definitely check out all of Don Caballero's stuff just to hear some amazing drumming. He's just bombastic, nonstop, just craziness, and he's just so good. One of my old friends, Darren Zintek, is also a really, really amazing drummer, and he's played with a lot of bands like Kerosene 454 around this time when I was in Lincoln. And who else? Pete Moffat. Another friend of mine, like drummers I know, like it's what's really cool is like I know a lot of these guys, but like Pete Moffat was one of my favorite drummers when I was a teen, like or even younger, like grade school and a teenager. And then I ended up meeting him later on and was in a band with him. Like he used to be the drummer for Government Issue, and he also played in Burning Airlines and a lot of DC like post-punk and stuff like that. Amazing drummer, Pete Moffat. Who else? I mean, there's a lot. I'll have to make a list somewhere at some point. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But there's a ton of them. Let's see. Did I miss any comments here? Let me know if I missed your question or anything. Anybody please feel free to just write it again. I'll answer because there was a lot going by there when I was playing that I couldn't keep up with. Phoenix Nate, do you bury or bounce your beater? I'm trying to learn bounce so I could do double strokes easier. Mostly bounce it, because the reason being is a lot of times when I play acoustic drums, I don't cut a hole in my front head, and so you pretty much have to bounce it if you're playing that way. If you don't, you get this weird like double hit every time you hit it because it's like too much pressure in there. So if you want to learn, that's one way you can do it. Just get yourself a non-ported front bass drum head and tighten them up. Tighten both the heads up pretty, not super tight, but pretty tight to where you get a bounce, and it'll just force you to learn that way. It's uncomfortable at first. When I was younger, I didn't do that. I buried it when I was younger. I was always burying the beater, but later I got into resonant heads on the bass drum, and that made me learn the technique of bouncing the beater. Although sometimes I do bury it still, but I think mostly I bounce it. This pedal, this Mapex pedal, it's weird. Like it feels good, but it's kind of a little weird. I haven't had it that long. I don't like it as much as my PDP that I have at home. Like what's weird about it though is I feel really comfortable doing double stuff on this one. But when I try to do single doubles, like these kind of things, like, well, there I did it clean. But there was a couple times I did it in the songs where it wasn't like super clean. And I think it's because of this pedal. Like it's just, I feel like I can go cleaner with the single on my other one that's at home. But it's still, I found this on Reverb for like $100 for a double pedal, and it's like really well made. So I was like, that's a great deal. It wasn't even $100. It was like $90. So yeah, totally worth it. And like the double stuff, like I said, it's like smooth for double action. Total slop there. And let's see. Ray Luzier from Korn. I've never really listened to Korn. I couldn't really tell you what he plays like. Novel Yi says, thanks for the Don Caballero suggestion. Nice. Yeah, you're welcome. Hope you dig it. I made a while, I should put it public again. It's kind of set to private right now, but I made a little documentary about him, about Damon Che from Don Cab on my channel a while ago. But I set it to private because I kept getting so many, like, I hate to say it, but like jerk off comments in the comments section. I guess I could, disable the comments, but I don't know. It just was annoying me. Like every day I was waking up and seeing some other doofus in there. Like, I don't know. It's so weird how people do that. And it just kind of bothered me. So I set it to private. And also I was trying to clean up my channel and make everything a little more on topic, like, because I didn't really have any other documentaries. But I'll put it back on there. I think it's got a lot of good info in it. But anyway, Damon, he had seen that documentary and like talked to his brother, and his brother talked to me, and there was a time there where I was in talks with getting him to come on the channel, but it never came through. But I would like that to happen still, if I could get him, because he's just one of my all-time favorite drummers and just a really unique player too. Let's see. Oh, a couple other people I really like. What's the guy's name? Well, Annika Niles, I like her a lot. JD Beck. JD Beck is an amazing drummer, man. So good. And he's like 17 years old. Really, really awesome. Who's the drummer that's played with Suicidal Tendencies for a while? Darn it. I can't remember his name, but he's just an absolute monster. Like completely insane. Like such a great drummer. But I tend to like, my favorite drummers are ones that play things that aren't so just typical. Like I like to hear things that I'm like, oh, that was different. Like that's what really attracts me about drums. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of metal drummers who are like insanely fast and have all these chops and stuff, but it all sounds kind of the same to me. Like I don't really hear any personality in a lot of those kind of drummers. And so that's why, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not just about technique and skill. Like, I think there's like, you have to have something unique, and be saying something different on your instrument for people to really notice. And yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Charlie Duncan just posted Brooks Weckerman, but YouTube tried to block that. Somehow it thinks that's a swear word. Justin Gracer says Nick Menza. Nick Menza. Why do I know? Oh, I don't know who that is. Do I not know who that is? I don't know. Fred Gaunt over at Twitch says, if aliens visit and use comments under YouTube videos to gauge humanity, they'll leave quickly and leave a sign on the moon and warning others to keep clear. I think they already did that, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why we well, speaking of aliens, I don't know, man. I've always kind of been a believer, but I always say this to everybody now, like, you have to see the documentary, The Phenomena. It is just the most convincing UFO documentary you'll ever see in your life. By the end of that movie, if you were any kind of skeptic at all, you'll be like, dude, this is actually kind of scary. Like, that was the first one that I watched that afterwards I felt kind of uneasy and afraid that this might actually be real. And if it is real, we're kind of really screwed because, like, there's absolutely nothing we could do. If they just decided to wipe us all out, we'd be completely powerless. But anyway, on a lighter note, Justin Gracer says, gotta exercise taste. Yeah, totally. Dark M, Simon Phillips. I love Simon Phillips. I got to see him play with Hiromi Yuhara at Blue Note Music in Manhattan a couple of years ago. Her and him and Anthony Jackson on bass, it was absolutely incredible. And I got to go up before they played. I went up and got to not sit, but I stood right behind Simon Phillips' drum kit and just checked it all out, and looked at everything he had there. It was really cool. And surprisingly, even though he plays like a gigantic drum set, it was set up in such a way where it was like he somehow managed to make that thing like compact. I don't know how he did it. I mean, not like this compact, but it didn't like look ridiculously huge when you got up behind it. It was like weird. Like he just had everything packed in so tight, and the way he had it's just so ergonomic. It was really cool. Yeah, and I love the way he plays. He's a great drummer. Nick Menza was the time Megadeth hired a badass jazz drummer. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I love that album. Carlos, hey, how you doing, man? So I think that's probably going to be all for today, unless anybody has any other questions. Oh, the Phoenix Nate alien documentary. Yeah, it's just called The Phenomenon, is what it's called, and it's by I think the guy's name is Mark Fox. I think is the guy who made it, something like that. You have to rent it, I'm pretty sure, or maybe it's on the Travel Channel. But I don't want to spoil it, but at the end, there's this whole thing of these school children in South Africa, I think, or Zimbabwe or something like that, that basically in the 1990s, a flying craft landed and something got out and spoke to these children. And the crazy thing, I know it sounds completely insane when you hear somebody describing it, but when you see these kids, like, and so many of them, like, talking about this, and none of them, they're all saying the same thing. There's no way that they're lying, and it's really creepy. Like, it's just really, really creepy. You have to see it. It's crazy. And there are all these little kids, and then, like, they've tracked them all down as they're older and talked to them again, and they're still, like, completely freaked out by what happened in the 90s. It's very strange. And there's all these things about, all these government, like, generals and everything of the military talking about how they'd seen them flying over like nuclear weapons bases and controlling things in the like, it's crazy. Like, it's completely crazy. And, like, you think, oh, there's no proof, but you hear that there's no solid proof, but you have all of these, like, high-ranking generals of the military all saying 100% that they're real. Like, so why are we not believing them? Like, it's so strange to me. I don't know. Anyway, watch it. It'll break your brain, and it'll make you kind of terrified. So anyway, Fred Gaunt says, very enjoyable show. Thank you so much. And thank you for checking it out on Twitch. I'm trying to get some more Twitch followers, or I don't know what they call them. Yeah, followers, I think. There's a difference between subscribers and followers on Twitch. I'm new to Twitch. So, but follow me on there too if you like Twitch. Twitch Music is actually, I just got, been checking it out. And it's really cool that they have a Twitch Music now. And there's, like, some cool stuff going on there. So, yeah, check it out. I'm going to try to stream there too when I do these. And Children of Mu. Yep, Justin Gracer. And look forward to doing more, or look forward to more, and I look forward to doing more. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. So yeah, it went really well. Aside for the really, the scary thing in the beginning there. Oh, I forgot to, I mentioned this in the stream the other day, not to keep talking, but I could hang out a little bit longer. I got my second vaccine the other day. And it was about a little less than a week ago, and it was rough. The first one did nothing to me at all, just a sore arm. But the second one, definitely, you can feel the effect, or some people can't, but I felt it. And it was weird, too, because I was, like, totally fine all day. And actually, I've got to get home pretty soon, too, because Victor got his today, his second. So I want to make sure that he's doing okay. But anyway, like, I went, like, 12 hours. I was totally fine. And then it was, like, 11:30 at night, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and suddenly it felt like, first off, I just got insanely cold, like, to where I was, like, shaking, like, shivering cold. And then it just felt like somebody kicked the crap out of me. And, like, what it felt like is like I got hit by a truck and then thrown into a walk-in cooler for the rest of the night. That's, like, basically the best way to describe what it felt like. But it only lasted about 15 hours. Like, I felt like crap all night, barely slept, and then woke up, felt like crap in the morning, and then around lunchtime the following day, I was like, okay, it's wearing off. But I still have, like, lingering stuff. Like, my muscles are still a little weak. My feet felt strange. I don't know, just weird stuff. You definitely feel the second shot. But little by little, it's getting better. I mean, the worst part of it got better quickly. So anyway, that's over with now, thankfully. And Carlos asks if I test Pearl Protones. Protones? What are those? Are those the mesh heads? I think I tried those several years ago, and they were good. They were very solid, very sturdy. I think I used those on, like, I made this old, like, a long time ago, before I got way into electronic drums. Sorry, I'm fixing my cymbal here. I made an electronic kit back in, like, 2010, somewhere around there, 2009. And I believe I put Pearl Protones on that one to use as mesh heads. Mechanical says my second one is in 2 weeks. Ugh, yeah. Well, I mean, some people don't get it. Like, my stepmom, she had no effect. Nothing. But my dad had it exactly like me. So maybe there's a genetic component there, too. I don't know. Maybe. But my stepmom, well, she had a sore arm, but that was all. Like, no side effects, no sickness. So maybe you'll luck out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. And thanks for watching again, everybody. I got to see what camera's on. I think it's this one right now. And I need to make a video soon about how I did this whole setup, because it is pretty cool. Took a lot of preparation, but it came out pretty good. Anyway, I'll shut up. Take it easy, everybody. Oh, wait, back up there already. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, you can stream Demonic Sweaters on all of the streaming services. Check out all of my albums that have come out, which are a lot, I know. But if you want to check out what you heard today, the three to listen to are the Pan Demos, Driving Songs, which are both EPs, so those are pretty short, and then Can You Draw Me? So those three are what you heard today. And anyway, and Fred Gaunt, let me just read this one real quick. Aliens developed the vaccine as a method to distribute an enzyme that they'll use to track and control us. It's all in the documentary. Well, it could be. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Oh, wait. This is one of those things where it's like, you're like saying bye to somebody, and then like you parked next to each other, and you end up walking like 5 blocks to go to each other's cars, which is what I have to do right now, because I have to go over to this other computer to turn off the stream. So, and I have to squeeze through my drums. Oh, here's the broken stick. Let me show you guys that. There it is. There's the broken stick, half. Let me turn this camera around. Let's see here. There we go. All right, guys. So that's my streaming computer right there. It's a PC. And using, wow, the lights look really cool over here. They're almost cooler here than they are over there. I guess I'm closer to the light. Anyway, guys, okay. I'm going on and on and on. I'll see you guys really soon.